Guys, we rehearsed this. It's quack. Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the Feed the Beast Infinity server, way down below my chateau. If we look way up there, there it is. And yeah, I'm thinking it's about time to do something about the walls. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and rather than going out and fighting the hordes shopping, I'm going to do something about my walls because they're boring up there. The chateau's been unloved for a long time, and it's time to change the walls. I have a real hard time with that, just making things look good. Functional, easy. I like doing functional, but pretty, there are people much better than I am at that. But gonna take my hand to it, gonna see what I can come up with, because it needs it. Oh, it is just bland and boring up there. Ooh, first person. All right, so one of the problems, nope, and of course it's raining. One of the problems, it's just bland. It's just so much brick. I can change different colors, with breaking it up with different things, but that's just big, flat, nothing. It's, no. So I'm thinking of coming up with some ideas, but I didn't do it here. Let me show you what I mean. No, this is not the Feed the Beast Infinity server. This is Space Astronomy, and I'm in a cool spacesuit here. Nice armor. Armor with salmon. Salmon. Space salmon. Yum. Anyway, Nepo really wanted to play with the Galacticraft mod, and that's in the Space Astronomy pack, and so we've been monkeying with this, and while no, I don't want to twitch. Okay, so while I was here going ahead and draining out this massive quarry we'd been doing, I was going, let me play with some possible walls for the Feed the Beast chateau, and had this design. I was going, maybe another alternatives on that, and I said, okay, this is better, and then I decided, okay, yeah, this I like the best. Here on the right with both of the iron bars, I think that looks best. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing on the Feed the Beast server, and start getting the walls around the chateau working. I am not sure about the height, but I can redo the walls any way I like. Lit up there by the setting sun, I went ahead and copied the format of what I want each wall segment to be here, and it's at the same height level, and it tells me, yeah, it's a pretty good height. It's going to be a little bit taller, but that's okay. And went ahead and played with some different textures here, going, okay, smooth stone columns, some chiseled. It's a little darker. There's the regular columns. I'm kind of liking the regular, I think, a little bit more. Went ahead and threw a little something on the back, so the back side isn't going to be just flat and boring. It's going to have some texture. The whole idea is 3D, lights, shadows, dimensions, something that's more than just bland walls, because those are pretty bland. So yeah, time to sleep or something, or just work through the night. That's looking better. Just, it's a lot more action going on. It's, bland and boring, the old busted, and this is the new hotness. Yes, I'm liking that. That's looking so much better. It's got depth, it's got colors, it's got textures. Let's see. We could come into here every so often and go like, no, not that, that. So there's a little dash of color. Let's put a little, say, maybe it's dripping a little bit here, and we'll have another drip coming up there. And then we will put a little bit of pressure on some of these things. Let's pressure that one, and maybe this one here hiding back there, and that's already got just a little bit of extra niceness to this. I'm gonna go ahead and moss you. Yeah, that seems to add a extra little je ne sais quoi to that, to make that look a little nice. Yeah. Okay, time to start doing that over there. Yep. Okay, that's so much better. So what do you think? Got both of the front sides done. Here, let's get a little distractions out of the way. I think that balances pretty nicely. Went ahead and had some fun and added some knights to guard the entranceway, and fiddled with the clouds a little bit to give it a little bit more texture on the front. So yeah, this is much more interesting than what was there before. A lot more depth. Yeah, I am certainly liking this more. A few more little doodads I might toss around. I'm just pondering. And that shouldn't have beeped. But yeah, I'm just kind of pondering this and going, does this need any more? These columns now are starting to look fairly plain, need some work on them. But yeah, I'm liking this. I'm thinking this is doing very nicely. It's a lovely Minecraft morning. I've taken down that wall, taken down that wall, and this wall too, but I've put it back up. So got the new wall in place. I'm really liking how that breaks it up. It's regular. It's looking good. Yeah. Okay. I like it. And then you ask, what is this tall pillar here? Well, thanks for asking. I'm thinking of putting a tall tower back there. So if we kind of pull back and give you kind of an idea of the scale of that thing. Yeah, I'm thinking something really big right there. Well, big as in tall, but not too big as in wide because it's going to have to fit. I'm thinking maybe 2/3 on and 1/3 sticking out in just to kind of fill up this space and give it some weight and heft here on the side of the base. The other side, I'm not even going to put a tower over there. It's nipping in close. I think I'll just do something dorky and seal that off. So yeah, it's coming along. Slowly, but it's coming along. 9 hours later. And actually, yeah, it was more than 9 hours because I watched all of the extended episodes of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and that's 9 hours. And while I was doing that, I completed the walls. Walls are done all the way around. And yeah, that tower. I was saying I wanted to do a tower. There's the tower. It's coming close to take a look at it. Also spent a little bit of time coming underneath and playing with the clouds a little bit to give it some definition. And it needs more work, but yeah. So here's the tower. Borrowed the idea from something that Madness64 had done in his Kargath work, and I liked the structure for it. It was part of a much larger edifice, and I said, let me take two sides from it and make it so it's all the way around. And after I was all done, after getting it all in place and looking at it and going, wait a second, spruce, dark oak, spruce, dark oak, and I'm going, I don't care. That's stained dark, spruce there, even though everything else is dark oak. I don't care. Let's see. Let's take a look here on the walls. Walls are looking pretty good. I like it. I've got this little tiny tower here in the corner. Doesn't quite line up right, but I don't care. It works well enough, and got a little. It's hard to see, door-to-door salesman in there. Over on this side, another head. Answered his phone during a really good movie. Yep, they paid the price for that. Let's take a quick gander inside here. Didn't really have a good idea as to how to merge a door, so I just stuck it here in the corner. And I like the look of it inside. I'm not sure what to put in here. I'm thinking I could take, if this is chunk loaded and I'm not sure, I could take all of my quantum rings and stick them in here. That would give me a nice huge space to put lots and lots of quantum rings as I hook up with stuff. So that's a possibility. Need to do some terraforming around here. Stuck one of those rainbow trees here. It's okay. I like that one better, but need to go ahead and do some work. Maybe put some crops around here just to make it look nice. These guys, the ethereal blooms, I put in here. I had put one of the silverwood trees just to see what it did, and it changed the biome that I'm in. You can kind of see the square here where it got planted, and I was thinking maybe these would reverse that. Doesn't really look like it. It's a lot more blended in than it used to be. It used to really stick out, but that's better. But yeah, it's been like 2-3 days of just sitting there, and I think that's all it's going to do. Oh, and I fixed that chunk that I guess burnt at some point. I have no idea when. Probably about 2 weeks ago that burnt at some thunderstorm. But yeah, it's looking really nice. Need to do a little bit more decoration and living space around here. But I kept thinking I should cut away and do some progress reports here, and I never did because I was just pressing along and watching the movie and pressing along and doing some more and putting in the next disc and keeping going, and finally I said, oh, it's all done. Oh, up here, got my little yellow flag to claim this building as my own. Reinwick had come by at some point and stuck a little green flag on here and claimed the chateau as hers because, flag. And since you make those flags in threes, I had 2 left over, so my hallway there. I figured a couple little bits of flags there to make it look good. All right, time to do some more clouds. I think I'm running out. Yeah, running pretty low on clouds. Clouds, I can spell. 10K, that should be enough. Let's fill up on clouds. You go away. All right, time to do more clouds. Okay, I think I'm done. I have worked and worked and reworked on this enough. I think I'm done at this point. Let me show you what I mean. There's a wild Mekle who came over to see what I was doing. All right, threw a couple more trees on here to kind of balance it out, tossed down some grass, and we've got a little subtle path here of clover and let's see, clover and what are the daisies? Clover and clover patches that lead back to here. Some sprinkled of various vegetation around just to make it look good. And yeah, I said that's got to be dark oak. And so I got up my little resin exchanger and did a bunch of work at that. And then I was saying, what? There's something missing. Oh yes, I needed to get my dark oak pillar right here at the top, the little fence post. I'm actually going to go ahead and keep that spruce there. I like how that looks. I also went through and did a little bit more randomization that's kind of subtle, just to make the stone break up a little bit more. Oh, and clouds. Let's take a look here at the clouds. Yep, the clouds are broken up. It's not that big flat sheet anymore. So I tried to do random, which is always tough, but that looks pretty good, I think. I have to admit, it's looking much nicer. This pretty much looks like a lived-in place now, as opposed to the very sterile walls that I had in the flat grass. This actually is starting to look pretty nice. So yeah, I think I will declare the outside of my base completely done. I won't say that the inside's done because, there's rooms and things that are kind of empty, but I like it. I like it a lot. So much work, so much time, but I'm glad to get this done. And I'm glad that you were watching it and hope you enjoyed it. This has been Grok, the DuckFarmer, here on the Feed the Beast Infinity server with far too much bone meal in my hand. Thanks for watching. Bye. So, would you like to take a trip? See that hole right there? Okay, come on. In you go. In you go. Bye! Oh, I'm just so evil.